streets don't love me. The streets gonna be here when I'm gone. When you dead and you gone, these streets gonna still be here.
Now to a story you'll see only on 4. Gang members in Buffalo are talking to us about life on the streets and the violence in the city. They're sharing their stories and showing others there is a better life.
News 4's Rachel MONGIOVI explains why our youth keep joining gangs. Rachel?
Don and Jackie, there's been a lot of violence in the city this past summer, a lot of it gang-related. And now gang members are opening up to us about their lives and the changes they're making.
I've been shot 2 times, but I mean, I don't never think like, oh, I'm gonna die being from a part of a gang.
My dad used to tell me stay out the streets. He used to be in the streets back when he was younger and stuff. He didn't want me doing none of this.
It's a dangerous life in the streets. More and more of our youth are getting involved in gangs. According to Statistics Brain, 40% of gang members are under the age of 18.
They don't want to be in a part of a lifestyle that's involved in taking people's lives. They don't want to be doing that. You know, it just happened and it's part of the culture and they get acclimated into that and that's what it is.
20-year-old Island Woods is part of the Sumner and Walden gang. He joined 3 years ago. He says he felt like it was his best option.
I mean, me, it was more of a choice. I was already a statistic, as you'll call it. I was young, black, so I just felt like the police always harassed me, so it was like, I might as well get in a gang. I feel safer being from a gang than anything.
Pastor James Giles has been working with troubled youth for over 40 years. He says gang members typically join gangs because of a broken home, fostering relationships with each other.
Not only know why, I understand what keeps them there, why they're attracted to that.
20-year-old Curtis Weidman says he joined the gang because he wanted money, loyalty, friendship, and love.
I first started, I was like 14, but back then I was just a kid. I didn't know what I really wanted.
Many of them come from very broken circumstances, you know, and they're kind of pushed out.
Most of the Sumner and Walden gang grew up together, eventually making friends on different blocks, all motivated by money.
The money was good. Yeah, the money was definitely worth it because I didn't get caught up.
It's all about money, you know? We all about, you know, trying to get the money, you know what I'm saying? And if people try to interfere with that, you feel me, we gonna handle you, we gonna get handled. Simple as that, you know?
This past summer, police say gang violence escalated across the city of Buffalo. They say out of the 39 homicides this year, half of those were gang-related. 2 children were both caught in gang crossfire. 11-year-old Juan Rodriguez and 8-year-old Danelle Bibbs were shot in the head on separate occasions. Both were sent to the hospital with life-threatening injuries.
We cannot tolerate this kind of behavior in our city. It's just nonsense. There's no excuse. Just unbelievable that an 11-year-old has to be shot. Does not make sense whatsoever.
Gang members I talked to say they don't know if the violence will stop. But Pastor Giles is just one man trying to make a difference in gang members' lives. He helped start the Youth Visionaries program a year ago, helping them to get off the streets and become productive members of society.
We've gotten a number of young people, rechanneled them, you know, been able to pull them out of the street scene where they don't have to be on the streets every single day.
They started helping me better myself. They was helping me look for jobs and stuff. They be talking like about a lot of positive stuff. I think a lot of people should come to the meetings. It's definitely some good guidance going around.
And now they're paving the way for the next generation, explaining to them there's a better life to live and a more deserving kind of love.
The streets don't love me. The streets gonna be here when I'm gone.
Stay on track, because once you fall off, it's hard to get back on. So to stay, whatever you're doing positive, stick to that. Stay in school, stick to basketball, get a job, you know, stay out the streets.
2 of the gang members I talked to say now that they're fathers, they're not in the streets like they used to be. The other one said for now, he's still an active gang member, but plans to leave this lifestyle behind too. In the studio tonight, Rachel MONGIOVI, News 4 at 6.